Hey y'all, what is going on? This is Dr. Jake Taylor Jacobs and
Iggy.
What do you say? Lowercase I double G.
Double I double G-I-E. That's
Double
me.
I double G-I-E. That's me. Y'all, I'm actually I'm tired. I am tired. However, I am still excited at the same time. We are launching or presenting, or what are we doing today?
Today we're giving a little preview.
We're giving you a preview of what our business series, our 4-day business series, virtual business series will be about on the 20th through the 24th.
Yep, that's April 20th through 24th.
And what will we be teaching them April 20th through the 24th?
So we're going to be showing you, kind of peeling back the covers to show you guys exactly what it is we've been doing over the past several years with buying a position in companies and structured companies to be sold, buying companies to add to our business portfolio, and now in the process with our private equity of being able to have to vet out these businesses to be able to buy them. So we're going to be showing you guys exactly what it is you need to do in order to find these businesses, vet these businesses out, what type of businesses you should be looking to buy based on what type of company you have, and we're going to dive in from there.
Yeah, in short, so if you're watching on IG right now, you couldn't hear Iggy, you probably need to mosey on over to YouTube because that's where we are and that's where the good cameras are at least. And those other people on IG, if you don't know how to find me on YouTube, just click the link in the bio and follow the trail. This is one thing I will say. I've always wanted to be in a position. My hero growing up wasn't Michael Jordan. I loved Kobe, but he wasn't my hero. My hero was David L. Stewart. My hero was Robert F. Smith. My hero was, and still is, entrepreneurs, businessmen that bought companies, sold companies. And I've always wanted to figure out how to get to that level. I just didn't know where to go,
right,
how to start, where to begin, where to finish, who to partner with, why not? Like, there's just so much about business that's overwhelming. And here's a quick funny story. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's like fumbling around in the dark.
It's like fumbling around in the dark. You remember seeing a light somewhere,
and you hitting your knee and your toe, stepping on stuff. That's what it's like.
And we came a long way, done a lot of stuff. For those of you all that don't know me, I'm a business developer. I build businesses. That's what I do. That feel good saying that. I build businesses, and not only do we build businesses, we build nice size businesses, 7-figure, 8-figure companies from scratch. That's kind of like our specialty. That's what we've done, and it's all been in the guise of working our way to building an investment company that buys companies,
correct,
fixes them up, takes them to, public or sells them. These are all things that we've always talked about kind of doing. It's just we didn't have a mentor really to follow because even the people I looked up to, they weren't teaching programs. They weren't teaching trainings. They weren't, having master classes and business series that could be able to uplift and push people forward. So that's why we're doing it right now. So those of you that's on IG, again, if you want to watch it more clear, you can go to YouTube if you like. But so the premise of this book actually came from us making a second sale of a company.
Correct.
And when we sold our last company, a piece of our last company, not the whole company, but when we sold a piece of our last company, that's when I figured out we probably have a formula that could be shared. Now, what I won't do, I won't share the thing that makes us different, because why would investors invest in us if we don't have like some type of intellectual property that makes what we do a little bit different? But conceptually, I can teach concepts. I can teach understanding to make people realize that there is a more simpler way. I won't say that there's an easier way, but there is a more simpler way to running and doing business than starting companies from scratch. And so many of us, we start businesses from scratch. Heck, I even have a manual right here, quick little manual on exactly what you need to do to start, stop, and execute an effective launch of any brand or product. And there's never been a product launch that we've ever done that's done less than $50,000. And that's something. It's not as big as, billion-dollar companies, but it is something to know that we can execute something and people can be able to see value from that. So that's enough about me. If you want to find out more about me or Iggy, you can Google us.
Googleable.
Right? We're Googleable. Yeah. We're Googleable. So Iggy, before we move forward, let's set the tone. What is the tone for this this preview?
Right. So with everything that we've been working on for the past 6 months, when it comes to getting the information inside of the book, making sure we had the right information in here, making sure we had it was clear, it was concise, it wasn't too much. So we're going to be previewing and showing kind of the basis, introducing the concept, because what we realize is that it's a lot of people, especially from our community, who don't know what an exit is, or don't even know that you can sell your business or how to sell a business, or that in order to really grow the right way, you need to be looking to buy businesses or buy distribution and different things of that nature. So we're going to be kind of previewing and showing things that it is we've done and things that you should be focusing in on, especially in your business, to position your business to be bought, or to position your business to buy other businesses, to kind of beef up your portfolio so that you can have a larger exit down the road if you so choose. Right? We talk about so much generational wealth. Right? We talk about creating generational wealth, building generational wealth, and we hear our community here that starts with business, but we don't get the rest of that story as far as building up businesses to cash flow, to exit sale, to be able to have money to make other investments and to continue to grow and be able to pass down that process, be able to pass down a portfolio of businesses that run versus trying to get your kids to do what it is that you're doing. So we're going to be previewing that and showcasing exactly the mindset that you should have in order to move forward in your business, because there may be some things in your business that you can shift right now to position yourself better, that will have private equity firms or other business entrepreneurs make them see your business as valuable enough to acquire. So we're going to be touching base on that, bro, and kind of shifting the mindset of the people in the marketplace of what it is we're doing and how it is we're building when it comes to buying, building, and selling businesses.
In order to beat the odds, you must know how the deck is stacked against you, right? And when it comes to getting into any industry, whether it is business, whether it is finance, whether it is sports, whether it is music, whether it is entertainment, the quickest way to lose is not know the numbers of the game, because you emotionally get tied to how you feel about business versus what business really is, or how you feel about someone not listening to your song, or somebody not listening to your album, or somebody not taking your business for you to be able to perform a service or anything to them. So you will take things personal when you don't know the numbers, and when you don't know the statistics or the numbers. What's going to happen is you're going to psych yourself out of learning and staying in the game long enough to get better at what you do, because you think that you just aren't good, not realizing that most people suck especially when you start business. So let's just look at some facts. We got to look at the facts. The facts are, I see so many people online talking about they want to run $1 million company. Mm-hmm. These are just truths. I see so many people online proclaiming that they run $1 million company. I see so many people online sharing, whatever the case is, maybe not saying it, but giving the illusion as if they run $1 million firm or $1 million company. But the facts are, only 9% of businesses ever cross $1 million in a year ever?
9%.
Are y'all listening? Only 9% of businesses ever cross $1 million in a year ever. And so when you think about these larger companies, Facebook, Instagram, Facebook owns Instagram, Chase, y'all give me some more. Y'all give me some more big brands. Nike,
Coca-Cola,
Pepsi,
Pepsi, Frito-Lay.
All of these brands, right, by themselves were not good enough. They had to go acquire someone else's business, someone else's model. And let's be frank, everyone knows that Mark Zuckerberg stole the idea of Facebook from the two twins that were at Harvard with him.
Yep.
He paid them for that in court. What is that called? That's called acquisition. When you buy an idea or you buy a business that was not initially yours to further your business, and then what did Facebook do to continue to grow? They bought a bunch of companies along the way and sold some so that they can be able to stay on top. This is the name of the game. We're just showing you the other side so that you can kind of understand how you really should be playing.
Yep. And another example of that, even with Pepsi, in competition with Coke, right? They realized that based on the market share that Coca-Cola had and what was going on with Coca-Cola, that in order for them to be able to compete, they needed to start acquiring businesses. They started buying companies like KFC, Taco Bell, which is why they have Pepsi products inside. They already had a customer base, so they acquired these businesses and utilized them as distribution channels.
I need you to go deeper because we're gonna teach.
Yeah.
We're gonna teach that.
Yeah.
Go deeper on that. Why did Pepsi buy Taco Bell, KFC, and who else?
I think it's like Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut, maybe Long John's too.
Yeah,
cause they all be in the same thing together. But why did Pepsi, the drink company, buy these big franchises? Well, who are they competing against? What couldn't they do, and why did they have to purchase it?
So they didn't have the capital to outmarket Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola brand was too big. They were first to market.
Correct.
So they were too big.
Correct.
But what they realized is these fast food businesses already had the Coca-Cola's customers. Right, so they would drink Coke, but they were eating fast food as well.
Correct.
So then they bought the fast food companies, the Taco Bells, the Pizza Huts, and the other companies, and then the only drink choices that you have are Pepsi products inside of these restaurants. It was easier for them to go buy these businesses and utilize them as distribution channels than it was for them to try to compete with the branding and marketing that Coca-Cola already had out there. So they pretty much bought customer bases and infiltrated those customer bases with their product to increase their business portfolio, their revenue, their branding, and so the people, you have to have something to drink when you go into these fast food places. So why not buy them up and sell them? The only ones that you can sell are ones that are already ours. Now they are increasing the revenue that is being made from their product, as well increasing their brand reach and attacking. I won't say attacking, but going in and getting some of Coca-Cola's customers and utilizing the restaurants as their distribution channels for that. And this is important to understand because you may be in an industry, right? You may be in an industry. You may be in a. He messed me up. Yeah. So just understanding understanding that you may be in an industry that there's big brands out there that already have large market share, and you may not be able to compete with their brand. You may not be able to compete with their big marketing budgets, but there may be other businesses that you can acquire, or there may be technologies that you can acquire that you can add to your arsenal that can make your overall business evaluation increase and increase the revenue and customer base of what you're currently doing. We're going to talk about it. Go ahead, Doc.
So I'm already aware that I'm already aware that what we're teaching is not the coolest thing. But let me be frank. The same way that we did private banking, where people had to get taught before they could get a insurance policy or reserve with us, is going to be the same way that we do business for people that want to invest in our investment firm, that we go buy these companies, that they have to get educated first. Because we not about to play none of those games, if you will, with people not being fully educated on how things work in order for it to happen. So this is what I will say. What most people fail to realize when we're looking at these large businesses, right? And this is a preview class. So just imagine if this is a preview to what we've written to teach you the guide to buying and selling companies for maximum profit. If you're getting game right now already, and we're just sizzling up, imagine what's going to happen with 4 days live action of us actually getting into the meat of this and teaching you the actual curriculum in full. So we're just priming up, right? So what most people fail to realize is that when you look at these big, gigantic entrepreneurs and businesses, you would imagine that they're better than you. You would imagine that they're smarter than you. Most of them are. But what I see so many black and brown businesses and smaller thinking white businesses, and I see so many small businesses, we think that you grow based on customer acquisition alone. Customer acquisition is important, but you don't grow, you cross-pollinate. And what I mean by that is when you see a company or a brand that you can buy or that you can acquire that has an audience that you're trying to cross over to, or an audience that you're trying to cross sell to, an audience that you're trying to cross promote to, it makes more sense to buy the audience or buy the company than it is to try to take that person's market or try to beat them in the market. So I'm gonna give y'all a couple of companies that y'all didn't even know Coca-Cola bought. And we're gonna go through case studies all freaking day on case study after case study of why when I taught y'all private banking, hold on. You remember when I told y'all that you want to use that extra surplus capital so that you can be able to use that money to lend to other companies or businesses or buy them out? This is why I was trying to train you when we came to private banking. I was trying to train you on what I was already practicing, but I couldn't teach you anything. We couldn't teach you anything because we didn't sell anything yet. So, and y'all already know, we don't teach anything that we haven't executed first successfully. So if you go back and read private banking, I'm setting you up to tell you, like, when we talk about diversification of our portfolio, it's not that you're supposed to start and launch a new product every time. It's I acquire a business that sells a product that I like to a market that I like, and I sell the products I already have to that demographic, and then the products that they need to my demographic. So that's how you grow.
What you're saying is that business owners, they don't have to build and start new businesses from scratch all the time.
No, you build the company one time. Your first company is your bank. And this is the thing that frustrated me with people who take the content that I'm giving them, but they don't stay long enough with me to get the context.
Right.
And I talk about this all the time, Iggy. Content without context is a financial catastrophe. Content without context is a financial catastrophe. And what I mean by that is when you just read the book and you read it, you say, okay, I'm just trying to learn it so I can do what Jake is doing. You're missing the context of what I'm actually looking or building toward. So you're looking at where I am, but you're not realizing where I'm moving toward. That's when you can kind of see upward mobility. And this is a skill set as a business person. You got to understand, when I see entrepreneurs we take our first company and we go splurge on the first company. You want to let everybody know that you made it, or you making money, or you're doing. If that's the case, you should have just stayed on your job, being an employee, get that check every couple of weeks, because you know it recycles. But when you're building a business, let me tell you, to build a business that transcends, where you can sell the same product and never change anything, doesn't exist. And a lot of us don't really realize the meat of building a business that lasts. JP Morgan didn't start off as a bank. It started off as a water company.
What?
The water company was taking the surplus cash and investing in or lending to other type of companies that were similar in the demographic. Then it started buying these companies out. JP Morgan and his family bought out the water company and turned it into a financing institution that financed businesses that were a lot like theirs. So in the concept of private banking that I've always taught, it's always been to get here, to teach people that your first business is your bank. So when we talk about building that bank, which is, I got to bring that up, Iggy, because that was the initial way people found out about me, right? And found out about the company. When I talk about building the bank isn't just putting money in an insurance policy. It's the entire cycle that you're utilizing so that you can be able to put yourself in position to do like a Coca-Cola. So before you get going, Iggy, let me just say Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola in 1960 bought Minute Maid. And since then, it became its own global brand. When you're talking about building to something, building to millions of dollars, or building to 8 figures. I've never been 10, so I can't talk there. But building over $10 million in a year, or yearly, semi-annually, however you want to do it, right? You don't just do it for one product. You always couple products together. 2 or 3 products, 4 or 5 products that complement each other, that are different entities that uplift the brand in total. So when people think about Coca-Cola, most people only think about the soda, or the many different brands of Coca-Cola, soda pops. But they bought Minute Maid. They bought Barks. Barks was a root beer brand. So most people don't know that when you see Minute Maid, Coca-Cola, and Barks, guess what? They're not competing against each other. They know that I have a demographic that may only like root beer. So versus me starting from scratch to determine the formula that's going to hit the taste buds right, versus trying to get you, the customer, from taking a product or loving on a product that you've been loving since you were a kid, the odds of that customer leaving that brand to come try my brand are slim to none. So it made more sense for Coca-Cola to use its cash to buy out brands that people are already using, so they can build up the portfolio of the Coca-Cola we know today. It bought Glacier. Glacier is the maker of vitamin water and other enhanced water products. Glacier owns vitamin water. So they bought Glacier, so now they can get in the water business without having to start from scratch. But mind you, if Coca-Cola and the owner use all of the company's money to go and stunt with people you don't like, they would never be the Coca-Cola that we know today. Then they went and bought Costa Coffee. I got 2 more. Then they went and bought Costa Coffee in 2018. They said, damn, I got to get in the coffee business. And Costa Coffee is a leading coffee chain with a significant presence in the UK. How do you get to different demographics? You try to find what businesses and what brands are already winning the people over, and you use your capital to buy into that company or to buy the company completely so you can participate in the growth in the market. And the last thing that they purchased as of late 2018 was Body Armor. And Coca-Cola acquired a small stake in Body Armor to compete with Pepsi Cola's Gatorade brand. He said, wait a minute, we losing money versus starting the formulas from scratch. Go ahead and buy something or invest into, I notice I said a minority stake. So they bought a small piece of a brand that can compete with its arch nemesis to continue to elevate. So this concept of buying and selling, we're just bringing it to you because this is how you grow business from real people that do business. Not this, let's create a new freaking product every day and sell it. No, that's not how you do it.
Yep, and also from the aspect of buying companies, what I mentioned earlier, talking about buying companies that can help you when it comes to technology. So if we take Apple, for example, Apple also has a number of acquisitions that they utilize to just develop out their current products. For instance, Apple bought Siri, the voice recognition software.
That's right.
Right. So that they can utilize that. Siri has become a part of people's everyday life, right? Which helped the phone enhance it. They also bought a company called Authentic, which is the fingerprint recognition. Right. So allowing that, instead of going out and creating this technology, all right, or figuring out how to build it and invest in it, they went out and bought it and then integrated into what they were currently doing. Right. We noticed that not only did they buy those companies, but they also bought a company called PrimeSense in 2013. PrimeSense is a company that was specialized in 3D technology, which allowed for them to go into the facial recognition technology that we know today that we utilize. So when it comes to my Mac computer, when it comes to my iPhone, getting in with my fingerprint or getting in with my face is an ease of access for me to be able to access their device, right? If we talk about also what this is also used for when it comes to the music and audio listening, right? It acquired Beats technology, which allowed their speakers and the quality of the sound to be improved. It also, when we talk about music, acquires Shazam. So if y'all don't know what Shazam is literally a technology that whatever song play, if you're out somewhere, you're in a store or you're in a Uber and you hear a song playing, you can literally have your phone open the app and listen to that song, and it'll tell you what song it is, when it was, give you the lyrics and more information about purchasing and things of that nature. So not only buying companies to participate in distribute through, but also buying companies to enhance the current product that you have now. When you think about buying companies, when you think about buying and selling, you have to understand, like Jake said, things that are compatible with each other, don't necessarily compete, but can make you stronger in the marketplace to be able to compete against your arch rivals in the marketplace, your biggest competitors, or people that may be sharing market space with you. What you want to look at is, what can I do to better service my customer base? I talk about this in marketing all the time. What other affinities do the customers have? What are things they like? What are things they're interested in? What other things are they spending a lot of time with? And figuring out what that is and how you can leverage with that information, that data, to be able to better service your current customer base and even grow that. So you had two different examples of companies acquiring
we can go
different
on
things.
And on and on.
But I just wanted to bring that in context because I want to expand your mind from just thinking about, okay, I got to go buy a company. I need in this company. Where do I start? What do I look at? So I want to bring that into context before we really dive in. Go ahead, brother.
Person number one, if we're sharing things with you right now that's making you go, this makes so much sense, or I didn't know that, or I don't know nothing about business. The last one was me, because I'm thinking sell. Beat up my platform. Sell. Versus, I got extra capital. Why am I going to beat up my platform if I want to get many different demographics? Did y'all know that just talking about acquisition, can we stay on acquisition for a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely.
When we talking about buying and selling, did y'all know that y'all can literally buy out influencers' platforms years at a time? You can create profit share. You can create revenue share to where you sign a contract for 2 years. They only post your stuff. And y'all split the profits. It builds your brand. It elevates their pockets. Then you can separate and continue to do the same thing over and over again. It's called acquisitions. And the reason why we're creating this business series, Iggy, and for everyone that's paying attention, the reason why we're creating this business series, the reason why we created a guide for you is to actually teach you these things, for one, so you can stop beating yourself up because you think that you thought that you wasn't that good in business, or two, so that you can realize the real game of business is not to just get a Rolls Royce, a Rolex, and to travel and be on vacation all the time talking about you a business person. Okay? These are things that's absolutely important. If you're on Instagram, you can go to our YouTube. We're live, and it's a better camera, better vision, all that other good stuff. We're frozen over there. They may have to tell them to
Chad, you unshare it and reshare it back to the board.
So I want to talk about
Chad, you unshare it and reshare it back to the board.
I want to go to chapter 1.
Okay.
And we're gonna today we're gonna do a preview of chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 10. Chapter 10 is only in the digital. We updated that after we printed this. And anybody that says, "Hey, listen, Jake, how can I get my hands on the guide?" I want to be able to have the guide. Iggy is going to talk to you about that.
Yeah, if y'all stick around to the end, I'll share with you all the details of how you can absolutely get your digital copy of Buy, Build, Sell, and Repeat absolutely free. And I'm going to show you how to do that if you guys stick around to the end.
Complimentary.
Y'all going to get it delivered directly to y'all.
Hey, delivered. All right, so listen. I'm going to talk to y'all about 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you should be thinking acquisitions, and 4 reasons, 4 things to look for when you're looking at risks. And you know the crazy thing is, Iggy? I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. The first thing is market entry. You need market entry.
Absolutely.
So when it comes to running a business, okay, your first piece of revenue, especially as you're starting that company, the first 5 years, I hear a lot of people say, I remember when I was younger, Iggy, in business, I'd be like, why people not profitable? I don't get it. Just sell a product, you profitable day one. That was my thought process. But as I began to grow in business, I began to realize the reason why the big dogs say it takes 4 to 5 years to become profitable, it's not that they're not making profit or not that they're not making money. Like Amazon, it took them 20 years to claim a profit. And the reason that it took them 20 years to claim a profit is because they was dumping all of their extra money buying technology from competitors, buying out competitors and just dumping their business. Imagine if you had enough capital to buy out your competitor and then trash the business and then completely trash the business so it's only you in the marketplace. So they were using that money to buy into new markets. Matter of fact, a lot of people don't know that's the number one reason why these companies always end up buying a news outlet. Because you want to control the narrative of your company going out there into the marketplace, which will allow for you to be able to touch millions and millions of people at a time. And so what happened was Amazon, Jeff Bezos, when he started his company, he brokered I think a 5 or 10 year deal, exclusive deal with a journal company that literally posted his stuff for free so they can be able to have some type of back-end partnership and get money from the back end that was being driven from that platform. And this platform had like 10 million visitors every single week that was coming that was taking the newsletter. And guess who was biggest day? Amazon bookstore. Biggest day, front page every day. So when we talk about acquisition, that brings us to the first part. It's the instant market entry. The instant market entry says, I'm going to use all of my cash, not so I can go make my life better. Listen, you don't start a company initially because you want to be rich. You start a company initially, and those that start a company to get rich never last. Yeah. They don't last. Iggy, why is that?
Because if you start a company to get rich, you don't have any why. You don't care about the people. You're not really looking to solve any problems, and you only really focus on yourself. And there's no way that you can build a business that's sustainable in any market with anything if you're only focusing on making the money. Because if you will quit before you get there.
So Yes, that was actually an amazing answer, bro. Bro. That was so good. And then you looked at me like, yeah. Yeah. Don't just throw nothing at me no more. I wrote the book too, dog. So, y'all, April 20th through the 24th is going to be absolutely amazing. If y'all can't tell, I don't know what to tell you. And we know this probably not going to be y'all's happiest or most shared thing, because we're not teaching you how to make quick money.
Yeah.
And we're not teaching you how to whatever. Matter of fact, I bought the Rolls Royce and all of the jewelry too soon. I should have used all of that excess capital, although we kind of did a good job. We acquired companies, but I should have went all in on that. Those are all ego purchases. Ego purchases. And God took all them things back. Not yet. Too soon, young fella. And it's because a lot of us are so uncomfortable and we're in such a rush to get out of whatever or to look like something that we dropped our wealth bag. And so when we talk about getting into a new market, you use the capital that first 5 years is so that you can stay in front of this audience. Mm-hmm. So you talk about it all the time. There are different layers of advertisement. You got your branding, which is just for brand recognition. Mm-hmm. You have your attraction, just to get people to kind of see what's going on. And then you have optimization, which is to get you to convert, right? He has it in an ACE method, but that's typically what it is, right?
Correct.
The branding, the optimization, and the other one I just said, I forgot what you always be saying. I just missed it. I forgot. But the point of it is the marketing scopes are different. One is to stay in front of people's eye, but you're never posting anything. You're keeping a good face in the marketplace. 2 is so that you can be able to get people to come and just look at your products. Just look at what I got going on. 3 is now I'm optimizing because I want to make a profit. Mm-hmm. And it takes a cycle to win people's trust to want to come do business with you, especially if they already have a favorite type of person or business or brand that they're dealing with, correct, right? So when I'm trying to enter into a market, the reason why these companies aren't as profitable is because they're using all of their cash to do those things.
Yes.
I want to be in the market. I want to get into a new market. And the best way to get into a new market is to give. Why do you say that, Iggy?
So I'm a big, for those of you who've been following what it is we've been teaching, following our podcast, I talk about this concept of a goodwill credit, or having goodwill in the marketplace, being having a servant mindset, not looking to go into the marketplace and just start taking, but going to the market, going into people and entering relationships from an aspect of giving. Because when you focus on giving, we have to look at now the law of reciprocity. The law of reciprocity says that people that if somebody does something for you, you naturally want to do something in return for them. You naturally want to reciprocate that energy. So if you go into the marketplace with goodwill and you go in and servicing, you go in giving, naturally when it comes time, you're going to be able to borrow against that goodwill credit. You're going to be able to liquidate that goodwill credit, and you're going to be able to turn that into what we fiat currency, cryptocurrency, but actual money when it comes down the road. Right now, prime example, last night, right? We went to a networking event.
It was great, but
went to a networking event, and there was an individual there who I met about 4 or 5 years ago when I first got to Dallas, right? And just keeping up with what this individual has going on, providing insight, tips, just through social media. Now in the phase where we are and looking to acquire more businesses and looking to expand that network, seeing her at the event, it made perfect sense for her to see what we had going on and figure out how she become part of it because of the goodwill that I introduced to her in the market over a 4-year time period. Never was I given the goodwill thinking like, okay, one day I'm gonna come and collect on it. No, it was from an aspect of really wanting to be of service, really wanting to do good in the marketplace, but also in the back of my head, I know that at some point there may be an opportunity for her to do something in return for me. And whenever that opportunity comes, I want to make sure that I got a good credit a goodwill credit built up that it makes absolute sense for them to go ahead and do that. So that's what we talk about. We're going to the market with goodwill.
I hope you're putting goodwill credit in your book.
Yes.
You got another book coming out. So when we go into enter the market, this is also a part of acquisition. And I see so many people penny pinch acquiring a new market.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way around it. You got to pay to play. So number one, when I want to enter into a new market, I must understand that in order for me to get a new customer base, in order for me to get a new audience, I must succeed or concede or acquire into that audience so that I can continue to play at the highest level. If y'all see me looking down, it's only because I'm looking at our guide that me and Iggy wrote, because I want to make sure I stay in pocket and don't get too far off, so that when you get the guide, you ain't like, bro, that is not even in here, Jake. That's not in here. So versus buying a customer base versus getting a customer base from scratch. Now, y'all, I'm the scratch king. With just this right here, 6 steps to creating a winning product, I can teach you how to get a customer base from scratch. But when I came online, some of you guys saw when I came online in February 2020, I did not come online trying to build my brand from scratch.
What you did?
I paid to get into the game. Mm-hmm. I had a joint venture with a good brother, paying him great money for a great period of time that allowed for me to be introduced into the market in a way that gave people time to give me an opportunity to offer them. Had I came onto online, scarcity mind, like woe is me mind, my brand wouldn't have been able to grow as fast. Mm-hmm. So when people see, hey, listen, Jake, from February 2020 to now, you got almost 500,000 followers, subscribers across all your platforms when you barely had 3,000. What did you say that was so profound? Nothing. What clothes?
How did you do it?
What clothes? Y'all, I literally wear stuff like this every day. And I showed people I was driving, I didn't even have a car because I was riding with my assistant. I got her a car. And I told people I live frugal. I lived a frugal life. And the brand still blew. I didn't have to do lifestyle marketing. I didn't have to do these things because the basic business acquisition says buy into the market you want to sell to. But when we make our money in our business, we get the 30, 20, 50,000. What we do with it, family? What we do with it? We don't buy into it. We extract the money out the game. And we stay paying with scraps. When your capital is out the game, helping you have the lifestyle that God wants you to have, you're still young. Trends don't last forever. People get tired of seeing the same face. That's why CEOs typically get moved every 4 to 6 years for larger firms, and every 8 years for smaller companies. Because people need to be rejuvenated with a new face that takes the tide. So when I want to get into a market, you buy into the market.
Right.
But you can't do that if you're extracting out. That's another reason when you want to buy a company. You also want to enter the market when you see that versus me creating a competitive product, right? So a lot of you all know, we call it the trifecta. We got 3 technologies that every startup or small entrepreneur needs. We have the Pocket Bookkeeper in our portfolio, which is a budgeting app that's still in beta, that's going to go compete with QuickBooks. Hold on, y'all. We got something that's going to kill a game. We got an app that's a lending platform where you can start a community on this app. And when you start a community on this app, you can lend to each other, charge up to 35% or as low as 5% and make money from growing that. Or you can lend to anyone on the app and make money passively in your sleep, literally.
Oh, yeah, that's on the way.
With an 86% payback rate. That's called the haloapp.com. And then the other app that a technology that we own is backend.io, which is a full service marketing automation software that you have to run. You can run your entire business on, drag and drop. Now, we got those 3 companies, right? So if we're cornering a market, it would make sense for somebody to say, versus me creating a new product to go compete with Jake, let me complete with Jake, let me invest into their portfolio, and then let me add my expertise to it so that we can continue to move the momentum forward, because the odds of me catching up to this company are slim to none. And in the seller's mindset, I'm building up a company so a larger company can buy us all out and we can start the game again. So when we talk about this process of market entry, starting from scratch is the craziest thing to do when you already started from scratch one time. Can I ask y'all a question? I'm going to breathe. Can I ask you a question? Press the number 1 if you're tired of starting your business over at 0. Every time you get a new idea, you start at 0. Every time one business failed, the other bit you got to start at 0. This is why so many of us don't like the thought of entrepreneurship, because we know it is a daunting, ever crucifying space and market to be in when you're not playing the game effectively. The second reason that you want to buy into an already existing market is for the supplier and distribution channel. I call influencers distribution channel. I already said this. But when y'all be like, I hear people, my product good. Dope don't got it. Good dope ain't got to sell itself. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Why do you think these street pharmaceutical distributors front the top distributors in these cities? Because why would I come into your market and compete against you when I know you already cornered the market? I want you to sell my product too. So how can I get you in the game to work with me so I can soon become your number 1 supplier? Business is the same way. I want to buy into the market. I want to buy into distribution. So good don't sell itself. You gotta buy. And then the second point, Iggy, you could talk about this established customer base. When people are acquiring, why do they want to buy into a company that already has a loyal customer base to cross-pollinate their products?
One, because when you're buying a business, you're buying an asset. You want an asset to have some value. So if you know that if when you're looking at these companies, they have a strong customer base, they have more than likely have strong cash flow, and they have people that are already buying. So when you merge them with what you already have going on with your current system, your current products, right? Maybe even your current customer base, you're putting it into a system that's already working, and you're just saying, hey, add this to what it is that you got going on, and they're already buying. So it's like if I make a toothbrushes, partnering or acquiring a company that makes toothpaste, and their customer base makes sense because I know that they go together. So when you're looking at establishing or buying into a customer base, getting this customer base for yourself, you're looking at trying to figure out what are they like, what are they doing, how much money are they spending, does my product or service complement what they already have going on? And when you get into an established customer base, now you're not having to rebuild it up from the ground. You already worked your butt off to build your business. What what you really cared about in initial and from the start, where your passion was, or where you start your building your first business. But when you look at an established customer base, figuring out, okay, I don't want to necessarily start and build another business, but I do want to expand. I do want to be able to service more people. So I'm looking for a business or an asset that already has a customer base that's established, because a lot the more customers, paying customers that a company has, the better that it can sustain itself over a period of time. And when you're buying into that customer base that already exists, you're able to just start funneling your product or your service, whatever it is, through that customer base, and you know that they're buyers. So it's an easier transition than trying to take what it is you have and then start something else from scratch while you're still trying to grow this versus just buying into the customer base and being able to grow from there. Well, I'm losing my voice.
I know. If I can't tell y'all this piece. I can't tell y'all this piece because if I told you this piece, I will be giving you our investment thesis. And I can't do that. So how can I say this? Got it. If I owned a burger joint, okay? If I owned a burger joint, and it's extremely profitable.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm making a lot of money. And I know that the cost of my material cost a lot. Your next purchase should actually be a manufacturing plant or wherever your stuff is getting processed that already has customers. Because if I own a company and I can buy into, get equity in on a smaller level or buy it completely, now when I'm a part owner of this company or the full owner, my cost savings that I have over the long term, because now my cost of goods is not as high anymore because I'm a part owner or full owner of the manufacturing plant that processes whatever I need, to make my ingredients for my burger. Over the long haul, you make more money because that's less money you're spending, and you can control the cost because you own or part own that type of business. Mm-hmm. So when you think about growth and acquisition, now what happens? Now, when you bought into that company, say you bought the whole company, and I know a lot of y'all like, Jake, how am I buy a company with no money? I got 10 ways here in a second.
Mm-hmm.
How to purchase companies with no money. Then you say, okay, that company is doing, you own 50% of that company now. That company is doing $4 million a year profit. You own 50% of it. So how much can you claim in your profit? If a company that you own, I'll wait for y'all. This is live interaction. If a company that you own 50% of does $4 million in profit, how much revenue can you claim? How much revenue can you claim? The full thing. So you literally went from you got to think about this in context. If that was your only company and you own 50-50 of the company and the company profited or revenue $4 million, wouldn't you claim that you got a $4 million company?
Absolutely.
Hello? Yeah, you would. Now, when it comes to valuation, it's based on your equity position. We're going to talk about that in the business series. But you would claim the whole thing. So you just took your little burger joint that make $1 million a year, acquired 50% of a manufacturing plant that does $4 million a year. You just grew to $5 million a year with one acquisition or purchase of 50% of another company. So when you go to the bank or go get investors, what's more sexier? Your $1 million, $2 million a year, or your $5 to $6 million a year? Because now you have two companies and they looks like you're vertically integrated, because you not only own the burger joint, you also own the manufacturing plant. I'm trying to get you guys to see the larger scale of how these businesses grow. Now watch this. Did you ever have to sell anything manufacturing, Iggy?
No.
Did you have to start the company from scratch?
Nope.
Did you have to go and tell?
No. Nope.
Did you have
Nope.
Did you create
Nope.
And just like that,
Just like that.
you increase your revenue, your profitability or revenue, $4 million.
It's like buying wealth.
Wealth is bought and built. Are y'all listening to me? I taught that here. I taught that here. I taught that here. And I'm back again to teach it here. Wealth is bought, not earned. Wealth is bought, not earned. And when you understand that wealth is bought, not earned, you don't get so butthurt with the first company that you start. Your first company is supposed to be the platform that you build wealth from, not that you stay enslaved to. Ooh. They missed it. Your first company is supposed to be the platform that you step from, not that you're enslaved to. You know, I made a post that went viral, Iggy, and I said, your children don't want your business.
Yep.
That's what I meant. That little passion project that you created was for you, not your children. So you built wealth from your first business. What's up, Nay Andre? You build wealth from your first company. You use your first company as the financing source to acquire other businesses and demographics in the industry that you want to actually be in. The number 3 benefits of buying a company that already exists is economies of scale. Economies of scale. What's up with it, Runway? Rick. So when you buy a company, it provides you the economies of scale. Jake, what do you mean? The more efficient you become, the more profitable you become. So for an example, I almost gave y'all my investment thesis.
Yeah. Chill out.
Y'all, we own an investment, a private equity firm, investment company. It's registered with the SEC. No, you cannot invest into it. It's only for people that go through the master class of Buy, Build, Sell, the business series, or that's a part of Private Banker Society. You cannot invest with us if you're not in our community. Sorry. But what I will say is this. I almost gave out an investment thesis. I can tell them what we did, though.
Yes, please.
So, how we got to where we are. We have our insurance agency that all of you all know about. It's called Bizco Finance. That's our insurance agency. But in the insurance industry, you always have a managing agency that manages smaller agencies. Mm-hmm. So we took our capital and we invested into the insurance agency, or IMO they call, that manages our company. So Jake, what does that mean? I not only keep 100% of the revenue and profits from our agency, mm-hmm. I also receive revenue share from the company that manages our agency. That's what you call double dipping. So I don't just have the small agents that we currently have that run our boutique agency. I have thousands of agents all across the country that work with me. I don't like to say for me, that work with me, that don't even know that I'm a part owner of the company that they're selling for. So I diversified myself. By now I get a piece of the override of my own company. Plus the competitors or competing agents that compete against me under the umbrella that we're in.
Talk that talk.
So then we needed certain technology. So then we bought a technology that runs all of our marketing. So now we get paid to have our business on a platform that we own, but it has customers that we service. So then I said, I'm using QuickBooks.
So basically, that's like in context, because when we talk about buying and selling businesses, we correlate that a lot with the familiarity of what people understand about real estate. So that would be kind of similar to what Julian Gordon talks about in real estate, having multifamily,
yeah.
And you living in one part and you rent out the other. So with our technology, right? We have all of our stuff housed on the platform
that we don't pay for,
and we have the customers who actually cover the operating costs of the platform, and we have profits that are in there, and we don't have to pay for technology to house our own businesses on. So would you say that's similar in comparison when we talk about real estate?
Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm. I just want to provide that context because we have a lot of people who they just get it when it comes to real estate, but for whatever reason, they can't make the connection when it comes to business. So throughout this process, we will be making, and giving context of things going on in real estate to help you better understand how this can work for you. Because you've more than likely heard, with all the information that's out here, you understand the concept of having a multifamily home or living in a place with multiple places for people to dwell, and you have a portion of that, and the rest of the other units or the other parts that other rooms or whatever the case may be, people are paying to rent those out. Now they're paying you, and you have the profit margin. You can do the exact same thing with businesses.
And here's the deal, bro. Bro, name me one real estate property from any of your best gurus where they bought a property for $500. They bought a property for $500. Cash flows $633,000 in the first 16 months, and sold 55% of the asset for 1.3. and still keep control of the asset so we can sell it again. That's a 300% return, plus a 300,000% return, plus a 1,900% IRR, internal rate of return, annually. Name me one stock market.
We'll wait.
Name me one stock. Well, you probably got some stocks in there. Nah. That was able to, you can't. So when you understand the economics of business, I stay yelling, y'all. When you understand the economics of business, you realize, you say, damn, I can play real estate with business. Because most people don't realize the correlation.
Right.
What do you do? What do you do with a real estate property? You buy it, you renovate it, you build it up, you put tenants in it, you cash flow it, you try to get it maximum capacity. If it's great for you, you hold it, the equity get where you want it, you sell it, and you do the same thing over and over again with the expectation to get larger and larger and larger portfolio. What do you do with business? You find a good concept business, you buy into it, or you buy it, you renovate it, you fix it, you get it to full capacity, aka customers. Then you sell it, you take it public, or you ask to get bought out. The process of the game is the same. This is why when I tell folk, Warren Buffett don't buy stock. He buys companies. And he buys enough for him to have a seat at the table to be able to enlist change so that the profitability can go up, his market margin can go up, and he can either exit or keep it in his portfolio. Person number one, if we giving y'all some game that you like, oh my gosh.
Some of y'all.
Is this starting to make sense? Person number one, if this starting to make sense.
I feel like somebody just sat back in their chair and was like, damn. It is like real estate. It is. It does make sense. I can buy into companies
or the whole company.
Buy into a key figure in the company, right? So that I can kind of help maneuver or guide them, so that I can get benefits from that. The same way you're looking to invest in a developer, or you supplying a developer for real estate. You buying a portion of a property, right? It may be an acre, and you may have enough to cover half of that. So you in turn own half an acre of that full acre, and whatever is revenue, cash flow from that, you can benefit from that. Guys, when we talk about buying and selling businesses, this concept, especially for our community, is something that it may seem far-fetched, but I promise you, conceptually, you understand this just in a different place. We hear about real estate so much, but with the business aspect of being able to execute on this level when it comes to business, we don't talk about that a lot. That's what this book is for, right? It's literally a guide to show you exactly how and why you should be thinking and moving like this when it comes to your business. Because when you talk about creating generational wealth, when you're talking about having 7 streams of income, when you talk about being a millionaire, when you're talking about reaching that next level and creating freedom, right? You have to understand how to maneuver in this space, how to look at businesses to be able to acquire them, or to structure your business and get it efficient enough to be able to sell. This is what we talk about. And this, when we look at, having businesses and running a real business, that's what we talk about, the operations so much, what we talk about, the marketing and the acquisition of customers so much, because when you can get that together, you'll be able to build. Dr. Jake said something earlier about being able to understand this process, and with your first business, you're looking to leverage that cash flow to start buying other businesses.
Oh my God!
If you are leveraging the cash just for yourself, you will never be able to create that freedom. You will always work in your business. You will work in your business till you start investing on your business and buying and acquiring. That's how you start working on your business, figuring out what other things is needed to help my business run more efficiently. Now we need a different technology. We need different talents. We need different locations. We need a different type of manufacturer to lower the cost. We need to buy into this. Now you understanding to building out and making your business more robust, so that if you do choose to sell it or you do choose to go public, it is something that people will actually want to buy. And if you do it once, then you can go and you can repeat the process and do it again. Now you're creating assets that are cash flowing that outside of just your one business that you were working on. I mean, working in yourself and building up and working long hours. Now you can take a step back and look at a business from an aspect of this is a complete asset, right? And so I have this. How can I make this department better? If you start looking at the different departments of your business, how can I make each department better? Because in truth, your department operates like a company, a part of your company. And if you grow it big enough like that, you can literally sell off a department. You can sell off a certain aspect of your business the same way you can buy on these aspects of business. So I want you guys to start thinking big. Think big, right? I want you guys to start thinking bigger when it comes to buying, when it comes to selling the business a little bit, when it comes to buying and selling businesses, and look at it if this is how I grow, and this is how I start getting into a place where I can start working on my business, because it's starting to get in a place and I'm investing in it so that it can start working and working for itself, automating itself. That automation process comes with knowing what it is and acquiring different things to build that out. I just wanted to touch base on that, bro.
Man, you know what I realized?
Shamika Jackson just says, I'm in college for my business degree, and they have not taught us this information.
They don't know it, baby. They don't know it, baby. This is what I will say. I'm going to make a vow to teach as many people this as people teach real estate.
I'll walk that walk with you for sure, Doc.
I had an epiphany. And my epiphany, Iggy, was we hustling backwards. I see people getting credit cards for $50,000, investing it into their idea, it flopping. When you could have took that $50,000, and most of y'all don't even know, I'm gonna teach you how to buy a company with little to no capital. Have another CEO running the company. Support them. They don't work for you. Like y'all are partners working together. And how to really put yourself in position to where you can really understand the game. I'm gonna talk about the 4 risks. I know we talked about all the things that make it great. Let me tell you the things that make it terrible. Integration risks. Mm-hmm. You already got a company, but your company is too complex or theirs is too complex and they just don't mesh. You don't really integrate with their people. You're too abrasive or you're too micromanaging. You invest over here or you buy this company out. They stay too long. Like, these are all things that you got to learn and respect the balance of development. And this is what we teach in the Private Bankers Society, pbsdollarclub.com, for $11 a year. 11. So you got to understand that just because that money makes money, it doesn't mean that it meshes with how you do things and the way you do it. 2, a lot of y'all are going to take this information and say, I'm going to go buy a company. You can go overpay. There's a risk of overpaying when you don't know how to carefully do due diligence. When you don't know how to truly evaluate a company Evaluate. So what happens is you're going into this thing just like you go into a property. You heard somebody online say they bought and fixed the home from foreclosure. You said, man, I can do that. I don't need no help. Then you go in there and you do it by yourself, lost a lot of money, and now you're scared to get back in the game because you didn't have nobody holding your hand the first time. So you overpay. Your contractor screw you over because you don't know the game. We talked about this the other day. If you don't know what you're doing, you're always going to get overpriced.
Yeah.
And why is that?
Because you have no real way. So we talked about this from this aspect, right? So if marketing, right? We're a marketing agency and you don't understand what's really going on, what the need is, what your business need for marketing, what that looks like, what the process for that looks like. You're not going to know that if the people that you talk to about marketing, if they really know what they're talking about, because you have nothing to base that off of. Two, if they do know what they're talking about and they understand that you don't, they can literally tell you whatever it is they want to tell you, and you really don't have a choice other than to believe them. Right. And so you're putting yourself in a position to be extremely, extremely, extremely vulnerable if you don't know what is going on. If you don't have the understanding of what that market is, what that business is, having an understanding, being educated is pivotal. Otherwise, you're gonna be taken advantage of because you're gonna be vulnerable. You're gonna be in a position that somebody can give you whatever price that they deem necessary. No different than if you're going to buy a car and you don't understand what this type of car is worth, right? How many miles it has on it, if it's been any accidents, right? If it's had any aftermarket work done to it, what those aftermarket parts are, right? What type of drivers that it have. If you don't know this information, not that necessarily they want to and they're purposely taking advantage of you, but you're in a vulnerable space that no matter what, you can't even push back, or you can't even ask qualified questions of why the price is like this to be able to make a decision to move forward on it. If you don't know, you will absolutely pay more. Even if you don't pay more right then, they give it to you for a deal. Then you may have to put some additional money into it down the road that you didn't prepare for. So you may have to move some other assets around, liquidate some stuff in order to get things right, because you paid more than you needed to for something that you still had to put more work into because you thought it was here, but it was really right here. It was really some mid.
Yeah. All right, Nay. 3, financial risks. It's another risk. When you buy a company, it can also bring financial risks, including taking on debt to buy the company or assuming any other liabilities or legal risks that were hidden that you didn't know about that come back and bite you in the butt once you're an owner.
Right.
I know about bad. I've had a couple of bad acquisitions myself that lost me millions of dollars, but it was a great learning experience. And so,
but you say you got to pay to play.
You got to pay to play,
and it's gonna cost one way or another. Either gonna pay for it up front, or you're gonna pay for it on the back end. But you got to pay.
The 4th risk is cultural risk, and a cultural risk is the differences between the company you have and the company you're buying into, and y'all just don't mesh. For an example, if you have a perfect example, if you have a marketing company, you run a marketing firm, you're always sending your clients to what? A marketing platform. You're building their sites on a marketing platform, but you don't own the company. It would make sense for you to invest into backend.io, our company. Let's just, for an example, I'm biased. Because one, you trust the CEO that's running it. Sean's absolutely amazing.
Amazing.
You trust the team that helps facilitate the platform.
We're pretty dope too.
And the developers.
They dope.
And when you buy into it, now you're a part owner of it. You get the benefits of ownership. But also at the same time, now as you're getting your customer clients on, you're not just getting your affiliate pay no more. You're getting affiliate pay plus dividends if it's there, or plus exit if the profitability, if you exit and you get paid as a part owner. So when you look at the dynamics of multiple ways to make money from the same thing, it makes sense. But if you don't understand that the economics, and you go and try to buy a company on your own, and you try to facilitate it on your own without understanding or learning, these are the risks that you take. The next risk, culture risk, one of them. So I'm gonna give y'all an example of a case study. One of the best things y'all are gonna love about our curriculum is that we give a bunch of case studies. A bunch of case studies. And the reason that we give a bunch of case studies is to just simply give you an example to show you what it looks like executed. So this case study, I'm going to read it because I was specific. ABC Corporation is a small business that provides accounting services to clients in the local area. The owner, Mr. Smith, has been considering expanding the business and believes that buying another accounting firm could be a viable strategy. So they already own an accounting firm. They want to buy another accounting firm versus starting over from scratch. Can anyone tell me in the chat, why would it make sense for one accounting firm to buy out another accounting firm in a different city or demographic versus starting over from scratch in that same city? Can anyone tell me why in the chat?
We touched on it a little bit before if y'all was paying attention.
Can anyone tell me why?
If y'all was paying attention.
Anyone tell me why? Tell me why. I know y'all a little behind. See if anybody can tell me why. Somebody said monopoly. Not quite. I'm looking for a specific answer.
To expand and cross-pollinate. Immediate, Tracy Riller says immediate market share.
Exactly, Riller and Tracy, right there. And they are part of the Private Banking Society.
You dig that?
Number one, to expand and cross-pollinate. So if I own an accounting firm, let's say all of my customers are black. There's a competing or a similar accounting firm in another city, and they got more of a mixture clientele. And I'm trying to make my clientele diverse. I would buy that accounting firm that already has a mixture or diverse clientele because one, now my demographic is, now my opportunity of growth is in multiple demographics. When your business is solely dependent on one demographic to grow it, you are in a vulnerable space. So I buy into that accounting firm, and when I buy that accounting firm, I immediately own that clientele. So say for an example, if you own a technology like Pocketbook Keeper, and you go buy that accounting practice, now all of their clients now are on your technology, as well as they're coming to your firm regularly, and you get to claim that revenue immediately. Now you can put a manager and make the manager the branch manager or director that was in that accounting firm the longest. You can implement your system in place, and now you got two locations, and you never had to break ground. You never had to launch from scratch. You never had to deal with, politics. You already had understanding in the market. You already had what's that word I'm looking for? You already had credibility in the marketplace, and it immediately allows for you to be able to have more revenue, more profitability just with one acquisition. The second thing, your accounting firm may be good at operations, Their accounting firm may be good at outreach, sales, acquisition. So I bought a firm that's good at something that I suck at. And I also do something great that they don't do good. Mm-hmm. So now we can transfer systems. Now my firm can get the strategies of their sales. My other location now, that used to be a competitive location, now they can get what? Now they can be able to get my systems to make them more efficient. And now both locations operate better and they sell better, leading us to more profitability. Now watch this, y'all. No, I ain't gonna tell y'all that. That part y'all gotta wait for the business series. Okay? I'm gonna give y'all a couple of. Now we're about to go to how to fund these companies. Person number one, if you're like, Jake, I love what you're talking about, but where am I get the money to buy these companies? Person number one, if you're like, Jake, I love what you're talking about. But where I'm gonna get this money to buy these companies? I told y'all we bought one for $500. Let me tell you the number one key of the game. The number one key in the game is you typically want to buy a company or invest in a company that typically has a strong base. What I mean by strong base is they got decent management already. Mm-hmm. You're not trying to invest to have another job. You're investing so that you can be able to be an owner for once. Mm-hmm. To participate with the CEO. There are a lot of great companies with great products that just don't have capital. You may be a great capital partner that can help the company get to the next level. So, let's talk about a couple of them. Not gonna give you all of them. You can open up the ebook, bro. It's in a. One is called Seller Finance. Nah, I'm just gonna give y'all one.
Yeah. But if y'all listening right now, I'm gonna show you how y'all can get access to the digital copy of the book for free a little bit later.
Yeah, and I numbered these wrong. That's what I get. Yeah. No. I'm only give y'all one. Y'all only getting one. I got. I don't know if it's 10 ways anymore now because I just noticed I made that one number 2. It's probably 9 ways. It's only 9 ways. I got 9 ways on how to buy a business with no money down. I'm about to tell you one of the cleanest strategies. Y'all ready? Person number one, if y'all ready for me to give you this game. I'm not giving this game until I see some ones. I'm going to show y'all how to buy a company, no money down. Let me know when y'all ready. Let me know when y'all ready. I scooted all the way back over. They can't see me. Press the number 1 if y'all want me to show you how to buy a company with no money. Cause y'all like, Jake, bro, you talking about buying a company, bro. But I'm broke. I'm gonna buy a company. Michelle Howard, press the number 2. See, you was one of them people in class that did the opposite of the teacher just to make the teacher mad, but you were still interested. You was one of them, weren't you? Y'all better pay attention. All right, cool. I'm about to give y'all the game. I'm about to give y'all
just one now.
Just one. And then you did say you gonna talk to them about how they can get this.
Yeah. If y'all want to know how y'all can get a copy, digital copy of Buy, Build, Sell, Repeat, this book this guide that we're teaching from today, if you stick around to the end, I'm gonna show you exactly how you can get access to the book.
Hold on now. Let me ask you this question. They gonna get it before the class start? or after the class start?
What you think is better? Currently,
They can get it before the class start.
I was gonna
Because
say
the class don't start till the 20th, so at least they can wet their beaks. Because even if they look at the guide, they still got to get context.
so yeah, they gonna get it. I'm gonna show you how y'all get access to it today. If y'all want access to it today, if y'all want to tell you how to get access to the book today so that y'all can start being prepared for the class, give me some ones in the chat.
All right, so while y'all getting ones, I'm going to go ahead and do this.
Do that.
Because I was tired. Iggy over there half sleep. I'm just playing. He not. All right, so pulling it up. I really want to share my screen.
Don't do it, baby.
Yeah, okay, I ain't gonna do it. All right, so the number one way of buying a company is called seller finance. Put it in the chat. Seller finance. Kind of from this angle, look like I got dentures.
You got them things, them denture things.
Write in the chat, seller finance. Seller finance. I'm gonna teach you how to do it. Bro, we really helping the people. Bro. Oh, we finna have some. Y'all listen. Again, if y'all see some people start stealing this information,
Listen now.
I can't help you. You go buy a bad company now. Bad policy you can get out of. It's called seller finance.
You
right?
heard it here
Seller
first.
finance. All right. I don't see enough people writing seller
Let me
finance.
see two right
you know
quick,
what?
Chad.
I don't see enough people writing seller finance
Chad.
bro, that's watching. So
Let me see two right quick. Make sure I'm still okay. I just want to make sure I'm still in frame standing up. Yeah.
Parmaine said, listen, I'm new here. I'm happy to be with you. Yeah. No. Yeah. All right, so look. I can't believe I'm giving this game.
Hey.
All right, so
Yeah, look. If y'all want him to share this seller finance, this is what I need y'all to do, right? We gotta. If you're gonna do this, I need them to give us something,
bro,
first.
because this right here, bro.
If y'all want him to share that with y'all, I need y'all to share this video wherever you're watching it with 3 people.
3 people.
With 3 people.
They don't have to do that, bro.
If they want that, well, you can't give them that one. Then you got to give them another one.
No, the seller finance is hard though.
It is. Just share it with 3 people though. You got to do that. I don't care what Jake said.
Okay. Y'all, the seller finance. They probably like, bro, come on. I'm just like, I'm really reading it. Like, y'all don't even realize, like, you can literally put a down payment to buy a company like real estate. Oh my gosh. It's making me itch. All right. I'm going to tell y'all why I'm teaching y'all this. I like to tell my intentions first. I'm teaching y'all the game for one, of course, for you to know it for yourself so you can go play the game. 2, though, I'm also teaching it because most people that run private equity firms or investment companies, they never teach you the game. So they just want you to keep investing with them, and you don't know what you're investing in. You haven't been educated first. I never in my life ever want to run a fund or investment company where my investors weren't educated and taught the game first. That's just crazy to me.
I agree.
So, yeah, all right.
Unbelievable.
All right, so here's the deal. I'm about to get y'all the game. I don't know if I'm going to keep it on social, though. I'm going to keep it. So, here's one way you can actually acquire a company. Now, this is the hardest way because you're going to have to be one heck of a person, okay? Now, it's called seller financing, okay? And in this method, and yes, this is in the book, okay? Some of you all that don't know, just in case, like, I'm reading our own book, okay? I had to do it quick because, you know, they be pausing and screenshotting. That's why I had to do it like that. But this method is where the seller of the business finances the buyer's purchase.
What?
All right, y'all. I'm going to give you how to get.
So I'm selling and okay. So like they be doing out here with houses and cars and stuff.
Just
they be
like they do with houses. So like for an example. So
you sure?
Let's
You gonna tell?
Yeah,
okay.
I would tell.
Okay.
So for an example, right? If
Somebody said just like in real estate.
just like in real estate, seller finance. That's
Yep.
what I'm telling y'all. I'm gonna oh my gosh. So seller finance, you gotta find a motivated seller. This is somebody who cares their
You heard it here first.
good. All right, so the wealth transfer is not happening on Wall Street. The wealth transfer is happening with baby boomers ready to get out of their business because they finally realize their children don't want their company. Okay? So they care more about a retirement plan than they actually care about running their business because they tired. Okay? So it only works for people who are extremely motivated to sell, or their business is based only on a location. They don't know how to grow it, and they want to move. Their family's moving, and they're about to liquidate their business and just walk away from it. But you can get their customers, their equipment, their location, their contracts, their vendors just by doing a seller finance. Let me tell you what it is, okay? This is when the buyer, you make a payment to the seller over time, like a mortgage or a car note. Okay? This method can be beneficial for both parties. Follow me. It allows the seller to sell the business, okay, and the buyer to buy the business without having to come up with a large sum of money up front. The seller may also be willing to offer a lower purchase price in exchange for the equity or security of the business of knowing that they're going to receive regular payments over time.
That's kind of like basically saying like it's all negotiable.
It's negotiable. So think about it. If I've been in business 40 years, I got my clientele. Nobody in my family want to take my business. What do most of us do in business? You liquidate. You just get rid of it. The same way that people do in real estate. They got a property they don't want. They just want to get rid of it. They grandma had it. They don't care about the price. It's in the country. You say, shoot, I know what to do with that thing. I give you $500 right now for it, and it'll allow me the opportunity to be able to get in the game and be able to acquire this business. Because if y'all remember what I told y'all, we got it on the phone too, just in case y'all didn't know. Okay. Oh, y'all, if y'all remember what I told y'all, I told you that it's very important that you understand that the name of the game is to buy into something that already exists. So if you have products that their clientele would absolutely love that will raise your revenue quickly, you can ultimately make your money real quick. The same money you invested to buy the company or committed, you just selling your product to a company that want to shut down will immediately capitalize you, and you never had to get on social media dancing like these people do. Now,
Anisha Washington says, I'm doing this right now with a staffing company.
So, okay, Anisha, already know. Okay, so, oh my gosh. Okay, so boom. So when you negotiate with the seller, the first step is to negotiate the terms of financing.
Negotiate.
So it's all in the negotiation. Most of us don't know how to negotiate. We teach you that for $11 a year in the PBSDollarClub.com. It's very simple. So when you negotiate, it's not about you coming there with a price. It's figuring out what they want. And most of them don't have their books in order. Their financials are in shambles. They've been running the business, listening to their tax professional tell them to write off everything for the last 30 years. Said they don't have any profit to show, so they're not going to get anyone to come buy this company. So when you learn how to build a system, you say, listen, I'll buy it from you, but I want to pay you in payments over 10, 20, 30 years. And these are consistent payments over time, which allows for you, and I'm looking down because I want to make sure I'm taking y'all through the exact steps. I'm not missing anything because Iggy and them know I like to weave in and out. Okay, so he told me to make sure when I teach it how you got it.
That was he had to agree to that in order to teach it. For everybody.
Yeah. So that's the biggest thing: the payment, the consistency, the security, and the commitment over a certain period of time. If they don't have a retirement plan and they know they can never sell their business, why wouldn't they do the deal? Okay, number 2. This is so grand. So number 2, when you're negotiating the deal, the whole focus is for you to understand that, wait a minute, how do they know you're not just going to lie? Mm-hmm. When you're doing a seller finance, you create what's called a promissory note. It's almost like debt. They become your bank. So if you default on a payment or multiple payments of paying them, they can take back over the company. No harm, no foul. They got months off, a year off, 2 years off. You defaulted on a payment, you walk away, they take all of their assets in their company back, and everything you created with that product or that company or that asset, they assume that no different than repoing a car or foreclosing a property. What you got to say? What you got to say? I'm in my bag, right?
That's like being able to negotiate when you buying a house, right? Sometimes the seller in negotiation, they will, you leave the furniture there, say you can keep the dryer, you keep some of the appliances, or you keep the 4-wheeler that's in the garage. You say, okay, well, I'm gonna pay that, then I'm gonna need that too. I'm gonna need that too. It's all in negotiation. Again, we teach that inside the People's Dollar Club, but it's understanding what it is you want, how bad it is do you want it, what are you willing to give up or give in, or how much you willing to buy in for in order to make that acquisition. It's all negotiation.
So you may say, Jake, well, how do I know the price? Of course, we're gonna teach you in a 4-day business series. But okay, this is how you know the price. This is how you know the price. This is how they know the price.
Okay, this is how you know the price.
You pay them based on their profits.
Oh,
So if they've only over the last 3 years shown that they've only been profitable $10,000 a year, it doesn't matter what their revenue.
But you said people be lying about their business, so how we know?
You gotta listen. You pay people like us to do due diligence because that's what we do best. Or you can learn how to do the financial due diligence yourself. But I would advise you to use people that know what they're doing. But here's the deal. Nevertheless, so in when you're buying a company, you can also add. They can do what's called add backs. So if they've been profiting $10,000 a year, and they've been taking home $100,000 a year, or $200,000 a year, anything over what will be considered excess for that position, if it was a job, they can add back. So if they've been paying themselves $200,000 a year when they only were supposed to be paying themselves, let's say $100,000 a year, they can add $100,000 a year back to the profits. So $100,000 a year back to the profits plus $20,000, that's $120,000 a year. And depending on the industry, will determine how many multiples that they can do. So say you did a 2 times, $120,000 a year times 2. What is that? $240,000. You can buy let's say the business was doing $500,000 a year. You can buy a business that does $500,000 a year for $240,000 on a mortgage like 10, 20, 30 year note just because they want a retirement. So now all you technically got to do, just like real estate. So say for an example, it's $240,000 a year, and they may say, I want you to make a down payment of 10-20%, just like real estate.
Sounds familiar.
You negotiate the down payment. So they say, listen, I need 10% down right now. and I'll give you my company. I'll sell you my shares. I'll sell you the assets, and then I'll become your bank. You can take over a $500,000 company with $24,000 down with a month-to-month payment over 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30-year term. And now you got a $500,000 business from a $24,000 investment. If I ain't the GOAT, I fit the description.
Ooh, shout out to my boy, Lil Baby. Shout out to that boy, Lil Baby.
I'm trying to come back to me. Come back to me. I need to see me like Wizard Kelly, y'all.
They can't see you.
This is like Wizard Kelly.
Oh,
I'm Wizard Kelly. Those that are watching me on YouTube right now, I am Wizard Kelly from Proud Family.
It's like the dude
it's
from
basketball,
Martin.
y'all.
Big dude from Martin. Too.
Yeah. Big dude from Martin. Or Tim the Two-Man Taylor, the guy the next door. He was like,
yeah.
So listen, let me tell you. This why I be telling people that people don't be knowing business. Because what would you rather do? Would you rather start a company with $24,000 and try to get to a $500,000 when you know the odds are stacked against you? Or acquire a $500,000 business with $24,000 down? Now watch this. You say, Jake, but I ain't got $24,000. Okay. Did y'all know that as long as you can show a bank that you're acquiring an asset, no different than real estate,
no different,
they will fund you or finance you to acquire the business without you having to put money down. But let's not even talk about the bank or the government, because the SBA loans are government backed. Let's just talk about, Dick, I don't have $24,000. Y'all know all them people online that be teaching y'all, launch it. I had $25,000 lunch, had a $50,000 lunch. I sold this ebook for da-da-da. I sold this car for this. Come on down, come get this guy, like we talking right now, just for $2 and we'll change your life.
That's it.
Just with this here. Y'all learn this in the PBS Dollar Club for $11 a year. This is one of them. All you need is this. Launch a product or a service. Then use that cash, cutting grass, doing hair, whatever. Use that money to make the down payment on the business. The owner is going to train you for free on how to run their business.
Say what?
Because they want to retire.
They trying to get up out of there.
No course, no program.
I'm out of here.
Teach you how to run their business for free.
I'm out of here.
Say you say, Jake, I ain't got none of that.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
You go to your family and friends.
Okay.
I need to raise $24,000.
Okay.
Why?
What you need to do that? What you need that money for?
I got a company that I got on a LOI, letter of intent.
Okay, you got a letters. Okay.
I got a company that's revenue of $500,000 a year.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay.
The owner is going to finance me, which means he's going to let me make monthly payments over 30 years to pay him off for the business.
So you gonna basically need a down payment.
I need a down payment of $24,000.
Oh,
can each of you give me? Oh, yeah, I got one for you.
I got $5,000 on it.
You can broker the deal. I don't have $24,000. You want to sell your business. You got $24,000 and you know how to run this company. So for 10% of your $24,000 you down pay, or 10% of the deal, I want to broker this deal. You pay and I will broker the deal.
So that in real estate they call that wholesaling.
It's called wholesaling. Y'all, listen, I'm getting off this thing. I got to go.
Hey, so look.
I got to go.
Check this out. If you didn't comment and say that you want to know how to get access to the
I'm not a go, but I fit the description.
The buy, build, sell, repeat guide. If you want access to this, your complimentary copy, well, this is how you can get it. So we talked about we teaching 4 days live. This one nothing, right? Today wasn't nothing.
Y'all, if y'all thought today was something, I honestly think I need more than 4 days, but we just gonna sizzle on that.
Yeah. As we were sitting here, as we talking, I'm like, yeah, it's probably gonna take more days because we might have to sit on some a little bit longer to make it sink in. But we teaching for 4 days live, right? Right now, 7 to 10 p.m. on April 20th to the 24th. Now that may spill over until the 25th. It might spill over to the 26th. It might go from 7 to 11. You might be at 1 o'clock in the morning, but we're going to give you all of the information that you need in that 4 days, right? And if you want access to the guide, you want to be one of the first people to actually purchase access to the 4-day business exclusive training, right? Buy, build, sell, repeat, right? So this is April 20th through the 24th, 2023 from 7 to 10 p.m., right? If you want the website that you need to go to right now to purchase your ticket to the event, go ahead and let me know in the comments, because with that purchase
is it gonna cost me $5,000?
Hell no. What kind of foolishness, bro? It can't cost you that much, bro. We do want to make sure that we can teach this to people, and we want to make sure we can get it to our community. And we know that charging high prices is not the way to get to our community. And our goal is to teach. Our goal is to educate. Our goal is to make sure that people know exactly what they need to do so they can grow out and go and build a business. Because we're not just out here talking about it, we out here doing it. So April 20th to the 24th. 4 days live, and this is going to be the guide that we're teaching from, so you absolutely going to want to have this. And for those of you who purchase your ticket to the event, the 4-day live, right, you're going to get a copy of this digitally, absolutely free. You'll actually get that copy today when you decide to purchase now, and it'll be delivered directly to your email. You can go ahead and start going through the information. You can start getting yourself, like Jake said, getting your beak wet, becoming familiar with some of the vocabulary, with some of the terms, with some of the lingo that we use inside of this book. Because let me tell you, this is 6 months of back and forth, arguing back and forth, frustration. No, that don't go in there. Yes, that do go in there. Why you take that out? Why you change that? Iggy, I thought you were gonna say that. Why you say it like that? All of that is in here. We flushed it out. Like, took all the fluff out and giving you straight facts. Nothing but the meat. Nothing but what it is that you need. Pause. So coming to the 4-day live, you're gonna need this. If you want to, you're gonna need it. If you really about what you say you about, if all the stuff you be talking about, what you want to do for your children, if all the stuff you want to have in place for your grandkids, you need this, right? Some of y'all already have this, right? Some of y'all already got this, right? If you got those, you need this, because this is the next step.
Yeah.
This is the next step. So if you go to the bizcofirm.com/BSSR, if you go to bizgofirm.com, just in general, it'll be a button at the top and you can click and go to the page. But if you want to go directly there, go to thebizcofirm.com/BSSR. Buy, build, sell, repeat. Buy, build, sell, repeat. BBSSR, I'm sorry. BBSSR.
BBSR.
BBSR. Y'all see it. thebizcofirm.com/BBSR. BBSR. thebizcofirm.com/BBSR. You'll be able to get access to the 4-day live, as well as get your copy of the Buy, Build, Sell, Repeat guide. This is a guide to show you how to buy and sell businesses for maximum profit. It explains to you why you need to do that. But, you know, we like to give full context. And if this is your first time seeing myself or Dr. Jake, you can go back through the content that's on YouTube and you can see how much context we give. We got 3-hour, 4-hour trainings, like straight facts, straight to the point, giving you context so that you can real life understand, and not just context of what other people have done, but we give real life scenarios, things that we've been through, that we've experienced, to help bring it home just a little bit more. The bizcofirm.com/BBSR. SR. You'll be able to get access to that, as well as access to the 4-day live, as well as you get your free digital copy of this included with your purchase. This is happening April 20th through the 24th, right?
What's the general ticket? Is it affordable right now? Is it expensive?
Yeah, absolutely, it's affordable. Absolutely, it's affordable. Listen, we got the Dollar Club. We can have a Dollar Club and just come off, break their neck. So when it comes to making your purchase today, you can get access for $187 one time. One time.
And they get what?
You get the 4 days, April 20th, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern. And if it spills over to the 25th and or the 26th, you don't have to worry. That same one-time cost of $187 will still have everything right for you, right? Just double checking.
I don't know if we're going to make it. We got 16 chapters. 16 chapters.
16 chapters. Yeah, if we don't make it in 4 days, you got 5. I'm really leaning like 5 and a 6, because I know, like, when me and you get to talking, when me and you get to preaching, when me and you get to figuring out what it is we got going on, and putting things in context, right? And putting things in context, we can get to talking for quite a bit. Buy, build, sell, repeat, thebiscofirm.com. Go to thebiscofirm.com. There's a button at the top, or you can go to thebiscofirm.com/BBSR. It'll bring up the page. You can, go to 4. Go to 4. All right. I'm talking to Ted. All right. So this is what the page you will see right here. Right. Buy, build, sell, repeat. All right. Once you get to this page, all you do is you put your name, your email in, click continue, and it's going to take you to, all you got to do is enter your credit card information. Click refresh first. All right. You put in your information. It takes you over. Then you put in your credit card information, and you simply pay. Right. You get your email information. You can expect the link for the training to be delivered to the email that you put in on April 19th. So don't be looking for the link, trying to figure out where it is, right? On the thank you page, it'll be information, let you know April 19th, you should expect information about where the training is, right? But today, when you purchase, you get access to the guide. The guide is delivered to you. And you want to go ahead and open it up. You know, click on it, open it up, and start going through it. I'm not saying you got to read it before the 4 days, but go ahead and take your time to go through it and become familiar with it. I recommend just clicking and open it up. When it's on your screen on your phone, just slide your finger to a random page and start reading, right? Become familiar with things. Become familiar with the lingo, right? I want you to be in the class during those 4 days and be like, oh, I remember when I read that. That's what that meant. I want things to be to start having breakthroughs. And the best way to do that is go ahead and get access today by going to thebiscofirm.com/BBSR, getting access to the 4-day live training where myself and Dr. Jake are going to be spending 4 days plus with you, breaking down everything that's inside this guide so that you can understand it in full context. Come back to 2. And so that you can understand it in full context, so that you can be able to take it and implement it, right? It talks about in the good book in Habakkuk, write it down, make it plain. We wrote it down, we made it plain for y'all.
$15 an hour.
Right?
They getting training
$15 an hour.
I'm starting to.
That's like 7.5 a piece.
I'm starting to question
Look, but
our low price. I think I want to go high.
this
like
price, this price won't be this price all the way until April 20th, though, Doc. Right? This is a first mover's advantage.
Oh, okay.
The price will still will be affordable. It won't go up to 5,000, 4,000, 1,000, 17. It won't be
So
nothing crazy like that.
We do want them to invest in businesses with us.
Yes, our goal, like if y'all saw any of the content and what we talk about when it comes to the PBS Dollar Club and why we lower the price, is because we're not looking to make millions off the education. We want you to be able to implement what you are educated on with us and make money, make millions with us.
I like that.
Because you can pay us $1,000 and never be able to implement it. We don't know what it is you're doing, but we know that if you get the education and then you come do it with us, we got a better chance of helping you achieve your desired results.
You know what's
than just,
going on.
hey, here, take this, pay a whole bunch of money, pay us a whole bunch of money, take this. All you need is this. It's all you need. Just take this and read it.
You need a little more than that.
You need some more than that, and that's why we have the 4-day live, because we absolutely could have did like most people out here say, we got a book and could have ran some ads and sold a book and ran it up, and y'all just be still trying to figure it out. But instead, we want to make sure that we do things like we always have done, giving full context. Make sure that when we release it, that we can provide the context that we had when we were writing this, so that you can see what our thought process was, where we were, understand the experiences that we went through. Some of y'all are going to the bizcofirm.com right now, and y'all are going ahead and making your purchase because you understand the importance of actually being in the 4-day live to get the book, to be able to go through it, because once you get it, things will start to click for you. Things will start to make sense. The 4-day live training is going to be full and in depth. It's going to be something that I guarantee you're going to hear other people try to start talking about this online. It's inevitable.
I'm just going to say this.
Go to one.
He said enough. He killed it. He's right. He's emotional about it because, first of all, y'all, this is Iggy's first book. So he wants the world to know, hey, man, I didn't put something in this, but this is a God that can do it. But ultimately, here's the deal. By the end of the 4-day, you're going to have all the basic information to go and start putting the things in place to start making your first acquisition. We're going to give you contracts, letters of intent, promissory notes, all the basic things that you're going to need to be able to evaluate these businesses. We're going to help you with that and give you all access to the contracts and stuff. Number 2, if you don't know how to do it, you need help kind of do it, our firm actually specializes in this. So if your company wants to sell or you want to use your company to buy another company and you need help with the process, we work with you process. So you got the do it yourself, done with you, and the done for you is you have an opportunity after the training to be able to invest in our fund with us, to be able to go participate in us acquiring these companies, and you've been able to process this. So the biggest thing I want you to understand is, listen, it's on you. I can't make you do nothing. You know you more than me. You know what's real and what's not. All I got to say is that there's an easier way to do business. There's an easier way to do business. And I wish I found this out. Oh my gosh, I wish I found this out so much sooner. And all that stuff that I purchased, all the cars and the clothes and all the other stuff, if I would have known what I've known now, I would have continued to buy more companies, fix them up and sell them. It's an amazing thing. Or even if I first got started, I would have been wholesaling companies. I swear I would have been, because all the products we didn't sold would have made more
middlemaning.
We would have made more money middlemaning. And it's an amazing thing to do. So I love you.
Hey, Jay, guess what?
What?
My book coming out. Hey, yo, Chad, guess what? I got a book coming out. I just want to. Hey, y'all, guess what? I got a book coming out. Y'all see my name? Y'all see my name on there with Dr. Jake. Look, with Doc. Hey, Doc, question. I don't know if it is, but it's a first for me. But is this your first book that you co-wrote with somebody?
No, it's not my first book that I co-wrote with somebody.
It's not your first book. It's your first book about business and selling though with somebody.
No, this is my first book I co-wrote with somebody, actually. I've never co-wrote with anybody. And Connie's name is on here out of memory.
So why you do me like that?
Dude. I'm
So
proud
this is a first for you, just like it's a first for me. Hey, y'all on Instagram, guess what? My book coming out.
Y'all,
What, Jake?
go to Iggy page and just show him some love. Congratulations, Iggy.
Thank you. Y'all, Jake my younger brother, but he my big brother because he big, but he younger. So I'm happy that I'm going to do this with my younger big brother.
Hey, man.
BiscoFirm.com/BBSR.
You said it right. BBSS.
Listen,
You're just excited.
I am. And you know I got a little speech impediment.
Yes, come a long way. Hallelujah. Talk to y'all later.
Peace.
Peace. I'm not a goat, but I fit the description.